Hello everyone, welcome to day 6 of every Elite Code Challenge, and today's question is binary tree right side view. As the question says that you need to identify an array which consists of the right side view of a binary tree, and let's have a look at the example that is specified in the question. The example says you have a tree starting from 1, 2, 3, and 5, 4. If you are at a position, this position, and you want to see what all elements are visible to you, you will be able to see only 1, 3, and 4. This is known as the right side view of a binary tree, and this is what we need to calculate in this question. Looks like a pretty simple question. I would tag it in easy category over medium because it's just one traversal that we need to do and we'll get our answer. So let's get started with the approach, and let me just start the slideshow that I have created. So what comes to your mind when you read this question for the first time? You need to check the first element at each level of the tree. You heard the word level and you understood that for each level you need to return its first element of the it's we need to add from the word level. You understood that the way to go is a BFS traversal. So, as you go by BFS traversal, you need to store the first element at each level in your answer array so that you get the right side view of the tree. How are we going to do that? At each element, at each level, what elements are we interested in? We are interested in 10, we are interested in 30, we are interested in 4, and we are interested in 5. So the typical way of writing the BFS traversal, the only caveat here is to identify whether that element is the first element or not. That's also pretty simple. You can have a Boolean variable stored, or you can manipulate on the size, uh, the size variable that we usually have in BFS traversal, and either of the ways would work for us. I'll explain both the ways to use size as a variable and a new additional Boolean variable to identify whether it's the first element or not during the coding part of it. And let's get started with the coding part. Defining an array of integers that will store my right side RSV list equals to new array list, and let's have a safety check even before we do start our operations of the BFS traversal. If somehow the root turns out to be null, we'll return the RSV list upfront because that's an empty list. There is no right side view of it. Otherwise, we will go and define a new queue of type generic type tree node, and this queue will be used to do the BFS traversal. And let's add the root into the queue while queue is not empty, adding a knot of it. I'll calculate the size of the current of the elements at the current level, which will be given by q dot size, and I'll create a new variable is first. I'll update it to true. The default value is true, and for each level, because at each level we have to add the first element in our answer RSV list. So yeah, sorry for the typo here. And while size is greater than 0, let's pop out the topmost element of the queue, and if my is first is true, that means it's the first element at that level. I'll add it in my answer RSV list dot add head dot val, and I'll update this variable to false. That means we have witnessed the first element at that particular level, and we will go about adding its left child and the right child if both of them are not null. So head dot right It's important that we need to add the right element first because we are interested in the right side view of the tree. Had it been the left side view of the tree, we would have added the left side element first. Is not equal to null. Q dot offer head dot right. Similarly for the left side view, left part of it. And we are almost done. Just one check. We have to reduce the size by for each iteration as we are moving at at a particular level, and we'll simply return our RSV list. So let's try this up. Looks good. Let me just submit it. Accepted. What have we used here? We have used an additional variable to check whether it is the first element in that current level or not. So that so that once we know that it is the first one, we update that variable to false, and no more elements at that particular level gets added in the answer set. We could have instead of this variable, we could have you defined another variable q size equals to q dot size again, and if q size is equal to q size, that means it's the first variable. Again, we can add for that particular case that signifies that it is the first element at that particular level, and that will serve our purpose. What is the time complexity of this approach? Uh, it's you are iterating through all the elements once in the queue. That means the time complexity is order of n, and the space complexity is equal to the number of levels, the number of elements at the bottom, at the maximum level. So what it means is the number of elements at the level which has the maximum number of elements. Number of elements where level with most elements. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it.